Man, very impressive win by Monster Inoue. He basically destroyed Steve Fulton. Fight wasn't even close. He pretty much dominated from beginning to end. He dropped him in the eighth with a vicious shot coming up. Man, vicious counter, man, came out of nowhere. Vicious short right, dropped Fulton. You could tell he was badly hurt. He got up and knew he just finished him off. The referee saw that Fulton was hurt very badly, and he called a halt to the fight. So Inui wins. After all the controversy and everything, he complied with the wraps. So you know, Fulton he just gotta take this one. He lost, he got beat, and that's just the bottom line. Now I'm going to warn people, don't come on here calling yourself trying to speak on some of the previous stuff I talked about, because at the end of the day, the fight is over. The monster won, and that's the end of the story. If you come on here talking out the side of your lip, you're gonna get blocked. We're gonna talk about the victory. That's over and done with. Inoue, he complied with the wraps. I saw his hands getting wrapped. He didn't put no tape on the skin. He put gauze wrap. So he complied. So at the end of the day, Inoue's in the clear. You know, he's in the clear. That's it. That's all. Folk. Nah. Now you see why I'm gonna say something that's gonna bother a lot of people, especially the PBC fanboy. This is why Al Heyman really don't like sending his fighters over to do crossover matches, because a lot of times they end up taking L's. And if Bud wins on Saturday, I can tell you right now, it's highly unlikely that you'll see Tank versus Shakur Stevenson or Frank Martin versus Shakur Stevenson, unless and I'm just telling you that. I'm just gonna be the first one to say it. This is why they don't like sending PBC fighters to do these type of matches. At the end of the day, everybody knew that Tank was gonna beat Ryan Garcia. But see, they ain't sure if Tank can beat Shakur Stevenson. They ain't sure if Frank Martin can beat Shakur Stevenson. So I'm telling you right now, Al Heyman somewhere going, okay. But at the end of the day, Steve Fulton, he just didn't do nothing, man. For the most part, he just, at the end of the day, he fought like a guy that got paid $3 million. Inouye just was the better boxer. Knew he had an all-around balanced attack. He came with good counters. He came with good body shot. His body shots was bothering Steve Fulton. Then he would come up top. And then his speed. Fulton, let me tell you something. Inoue, another reason why he fought him, he was like, this dude got 8 knockouts. So in all likelihood, he can't hurt me. So that's another reason why they made that fight. So you missed the fight. Oh man, Fulton got stopped. He got stopped in the 8th round. Well, until we can suspect all we want, until a positive test come up, we gotta give Monster Inoue his props. He beat Steve Fulton down and he stopped him. Now, does that resonate him being number one pound for pound? Absolutely not. Nah, he got a long way to go before he's number one pound for pound. This is just one of them situations because of what he's doing. And now, based off the fact that he stopped Steve Fulton, now people gonna sit up there. Some people, more than likely, somebody that ain't black gonna elevate him to number one pound for pound. But he is number one pound for pound. Yeah, I said it. He knew he's not pound for pound. Got a long way to go. But He fought. Hey, he looked very impressive, man. And when you can see somebody like Inoue do that to somebody like Steve Fulton, you gotta give him his props. He fought a very impressive fight. He looked very good. But at the end of the day, you also got to take into account Steve Fulton only had 8 knockouts. So Inui was like, "Well, I'm not worried about his power, so we'll give him, $3 million to come over here." So at the end of the day, Steve Fulton is gonna be a long plane ride back to Philadelphia, but at the end of the day, he walking away with $3 million. you know. And I think out there it might have been some kind of pay-per-view. So he might make some extra change off the fact that it was a pay-per-view. But yeah, the monster, he looked good. I gotta give the dude his credit. And yeah, he's better than what a lot of us thought he was. I think this was the real test. This was the eye test to see how good this dude really is. And as far as the eye test go, he passed. He passed. But we still have to be honest, and I'm not taking nothing away from him. But at the end of the day, he saw the fact that Steve Fulton only had 8 knockouts. So you would be like, okay, I'll take my chances. I'll fight this dude. He got 8 knockouts. That mean he doesn't have a lot of punching power. I do. The question will be, can he withstand my punching power? And obviously the question is no. Now, at the end of the day, you're going to have certain people celebrating this, that's going to be jumping on the bandwagon trying to argue with me and other channels. And you know why, saying that he's number one and he's not. So I'm just telling you, if you coming on here and say that he's number one pound for pound, you wasted your time. I may even block you because he's not. And this is starting to say a lot about some of those people on that PBC roster. But I'll wait till Saturday before I really like go in. I'll wait till after Saturday. But like I said before, if Terrence Crawford wins on Saturday, I can tell you right now, you may never see any more PBC crossover matches unless it's like double-digit money involved. I'm talking not double-digit. I'm talking about less 8-figure paydays are involved. I can tell you that right now. You will not see. I'm talking about the tens. I'm talking about the tens. And people going demand for them, and then you just gonna hear excuse after excuse about networks and all this kind of stuff. I'm telling you right now, they is not gonna send Frank Martin over the top rank. And you just see this pattern every time you sit a PBC fighter. A lot of times, I hate to say it, they be getting smashed. But according to a lot of y'all, the PBC got the best fighters. But it seems to me like when they do crossover matches, a lot of times they don't come out on top. So but we got to see. Yeah, but Felix, you may not see any more crossover matches. And I hate to use that word crossover because it shouldn't even be like that. But you may not see any more crossover matches for a while. Like I said before, Al Heyman, this is, like I said, this is why he like to make these in-house fights. This is why he don't like to send his guys to fight on other cards and stuff unless he's 100% sure or in all likelihood they can win that fight. And based off what happened to Steve Fulton, the way he got he got whooped on, and it's just no other way to put it. You just can't talk around it. He got whooped on. I mean, it was pretty much a one-sided fight. He got dominated. So I don't want to hear nobody I can't speak for nobody else, but I don't want to hear nobody sitting up here saying that black content creators are not giving Monster Inoue his props. I'm giving him all his props. He won the fight. He complied with the hand wraps. He complied with the hand wraps. That's pretty much it as far as the gloves go. You know, it is what it is. But he complied with the hand wraps. He let people see him getting his hand wraps. He put the gauze on. Then he put the tape on. So he didn't apply any tape to the skin. So end of story. End of story. You ain't gonna get a peep out of me except how he won the fight, and that's just basically it. It was an impressive win. He has fought in the United States, I think, a couple of times. But I think based off the fact that the problem is now based off the fact that he's a 4 division champion, he has a little juice now because a lot of people are going to elevate him. They're going to say, well, people need to come out there and fight him. But if he wants to be an international star, he's going to have to fight at the Madison Square Gardens, the T-Mobile arenas, and stuff like that, because that's just how boxing works. If he want to be an international star, he's going to have to start fighting in the States. He got Fulton to come out there. Fulton put his title on the line. Like I said, they gave the man $3 million. So Steve Fulton got a good payday out of this. But like I said, that's going to be a long plane ride. Whew. That's going to be one of them plane rides where you be like, you don't want to. That's one of them plane rides where everybody just be silent. He go just, you know what I'm saying? He go put his headphones over his ears and he gonna listen to whatever music he gonna be listening to. Cause like I said, that's gonna be a long plane ride. I feel bad for the brother, but at the end of the day, he got whooped on, and we just gotta keep it. We just gotta keep it. We gotta keep it a buck. But he's not. He's, you know what I'm saying? He's not number one pound for pound with a win like that, you know, and that's just real talk, because Steve Fulton wasn't a pound for pound fighter. So he was a good fighter, but he wasn't a pound for pound fighter. And at the end of the day, like I said before, Inoue fought a dude that only had 8 knockouts. So I think your confidence would. I think you would have a lot of confidence going to that fight like that too. I think your confidence would go through the roof as well if you knew you was fighting a dude that only had 8 knockouts. But he got the job done. It was an impressive win. He brought the fight to Steve Fulton, and when I say he brought the fight to him, he brought the fight to him. And Steve Fulton can only do so much. And I mean, he was trying to block a lot of those shots, but when you started to see that his nose was bleeding, you just knew like, okay, it might happen sooner than later. I kind of started to see the writing on the wall, like he might get stopped. And I was thinking to myself, he might not make it the whole 12 rounds. So it didn't surprise me that he got stopped. But what did surprise me is how dominant the monster was in this fight. He was very dominant. Like I said, out of the 8 rounds, you can make an argument he won all of the round. I mean, you would be generous to. I mean, to be honest with you, you can make an argument that Inoue won all 8 rounds. Now, I gave Steve Fulton the 7th round. That was the only round I could give him. But besides that, that fight was just very easy to score because Inoue was using effective aggression. He was bringing the fight to Fulton. He was, he just looked better doing everything. And Steve Fulton at times a little shaky. And you started to see those body shots to a certain degree. They was taking toll on him, and he was trying to fake it, but you could just tell he was bothered by, and I think he was also surprised by Inoue punching power. So the end results, I'm not surprised by it. I'm not surprised he got stopped. I'm surprised how one-sided of fight it was. It was a one-sided fight. You was like, golly. Well, they they're different from us as far as the crowd in Japan go. Um, they're different. They were respectful. They don't believe in taunting people and throwing stuff at people. You know, they're different. So I give them credit. But Steve Fulton, he looked totally. When I say he looked totally like overwhelmed, I mean it was it. And I hate to say it, the fight looked like a damn mismatch. So you gotta give Inoue credit. You gotta give the kid credit. It was a hell of a performance by him. That was one of those performances you are gonna be talking about. You're gonna be putting together a lot of film study, highlight reels, because that is a fight where you use film study because based off the fact that Inoue not only did he show power, he showed patience and he showed good ring IQ. And the thing was, he didn't even respect Fulton. He was looking at him, shaking his head like, man, I ain't like, you can't do nothing with me. He was giving him that look. Yeah, you got to get. He said the next Al Heyman fight across the sea will be. I'm not giving Inoue um I'm not giving him number one pound for pound fighters. You crazy. Man, get out of here with that, dude. See what I mean? Here it comes. You already said that the dude put on an impressive performance. I'll say he's a pound for pound fighter, but I'm not saying if you said he number one, you out of your damn mind. You out of your damn mind. If you trying to say Nue is number one over Terrence Bud Crawford, you out of your damn mind. I mean, come on, man. Let's not come with the BS. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Stop it. He is not pound for pound number one. But it was a dominant victory, man. Very dominant victory. Nah, I knew he was impressive all around. Good ring IQ, picking his shots, try not to be reckless. And he ate a couple of good shots. And I mean, he just came right back. And when the dude take a big shot and he come right back and like let off four shots afterwards, like he did when he got nailed, he basically saying, dude, you cannot hurt me. He basically saying, dude, you can't do nothing with me. All I can say is you won't be like I said before. All I can say is um if Terrence Crawford win on Saturday, they will not be no more crossover matches. They won't be no more crossover. You won't be seeing PBC said that any of their fighters to do any co-promotional. And the thing is with Steve Fulton, um, if I was Steve Fulton, I would take 6 months off. I mean, he's automatically suspended anyway because, well, I don't know what the rules are in Japan, but I know in the States, if you get knocked out or whatever, you automatically suspended for at least, I mean, at least like a few weeks or something. If I was Steve Fulton, I would take 6 months off. I mean, it's July. I wouldn't even fight. I wouldn't even try to fight no more this year. I would like really just kick back, relax, um, regroup, and try to figure this out. You guys have to understand, and this is just real talk. A dude, a power puncher, a dude that can box and got power like any new, they're gonna always want to fight a guy like Fulton, and a lot of people gonna be calling for Fulton because now, due to the fact that Inoue basically kind of exposed him, for lack of a better word, for basically the only thing he could do is basically try to outbox you. But I think he was a little timid. I just think once he felt any news power, he was like, damn. You kind of wonder, was he fighting not to get knocked out? Because it looked like after the fourth round, he had no intentions of trying to win that fight. It looked to me as he was just trying to throw enough punches to keep Inoue off of him or to just keep him honest. It's a difference between fighting to win and then fighting not to get knocked out. And it looked to the point to where Fulton just looked like he was just trying to survive 12 rounds because he was clearly outboxed. He was out everything. Outboxed, outworked, outstrength, outpowered, whatever. Whatever it was, he was, you know what I'm saying? He had nothing for the dude. He had absolutely nothing for that guy. No, he's not number one pound per pound. Absolutely, absolutely not. Man, come on, dude. Don't come on here with that stuff, bro. Go with that, CJ. I ain't even going with that, bro. Well, first of all, any new ain't Chinese. He's Japanese, so Japanese don't mess with Chinese like that. Trust me. They don't mess. They don't mess with them. They don't mess with them like that. Yeah, it was. I was just Felix. I was surprised what a mismatch that was, man. It was look like, man. That fight was a mismatch. that that fight was. It looked like what's the man? How can I say this, man? It looked like. I mean, it damn near looked, man. It looked like maybe this the wrong example, but I'm gonna use this example anyway. It looked like Apollo Creed and Ivan Drago, even though that was supposed to be an exhibition match. But I know some of y'all gonna be like, oh, well, this is the perfect fight because you could see Ivan Drago shooting up his whatever that concoction was. You was seeing him like using whatever that concoction was. We all suspect what it was for everybody to see, but that it just looked like a mismatch. I didn't think Fulton was going to fly all the way out to Japan and put up to get rolled over like that. I mean, I'm talking about he got, man. I mean, he got he got rolled on. I mean, it was like, man. It was just like, bro. It was just like, I mean, B. Romero. It looked like a mismatch. It looked like I don't know, man. It looked like one of them old school EA Sports video games where you take your favorite fighter and you put them on super easy. Remember Mortal Kombat when you could put Mortal Kombat on super easy and you could win and you could win the fight with like landing two punches. It look. I mean, it knew he looked. He made it look, man. He made it look easy. He made it look easy. I have to take this on the chin, man. I'm a brother, man. But man, my brother Steve Fulton, he got Rick James. I mean, he got, man. My brother Steve Fulton got Rick James, man. I mean, for real, man. And knew he made him eat the cake. I'm talking. I mean, man, man. I'm talking about man. It was. I gotta keep it real, man. It looked like he was man for real. Man, I knew he looked like a Japanese Ike Turner, man. He looked like a Japanese Ike Turner the way he was beating up on Steve Fulton. And like I said, I gotta give him his credit. I'm a brother too, man. So you know it's hard, man. Seeing a brother get whooped on like that, man. He got whooped on. He got man. What's love got to do with it? I'm talking about Steve Fulton was eating the cake, man. Man, any new can't fight no damn Canelo. Come on, man. He can't. Hey, Canelo would take that fight though, but I would put that past Canelo. Canelo would probably pull some stuff like I would put nothing past Canelo. Canelo probably would ask if knew he for I'll put nothing past Canelo. Canelo probably would say we can fight at he'll tell you knew he got it. But I hope Canelo would have enough decency not to even mention that dude's name. It's just no way. It's just no way possible. I think Inoue, and Inoue is very small. So I think as high as he could go up as a fighter, I think probably the 30s, maybe at best. I don't see him going I don't see him going up to like he might could do junior lightweight, but that's about it. I think his limit would be 135 if he moved up. I just don't see him. I don't see him trying to go all the way up to like 140 and 140. He just too small. He just too small. But I think his limit, his peak would be maybe 135. And that might be stretching it. But yeah, he put on a clinic, man. He put on the clinic, man. The dude put on a clinic. I will anoint him as a legitimate pound for pound fighter, but number one, nah, hell no. No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But you got to figure, so what's next for him? Now, I already know when you see Bob Aaron gonna be saying so much stuff. I saw Bob Aaron out there, so um Bob Aaron Bob Aaron gonna be saying I know he gonna say something outlandish about but I can tell you right like I said, I can tell you right now, Al Heyman, if he up, he probably fell out of his chair or wherever the hell he is when he saw how bad Steve Fulton got beat down. He got beat down. He got beat. I'm talking about he got when he got dropped the first time. I didn't think he was gonna get up. I thought he got slept, but he got up. Oh, he gonna fight any dude with a rehydration clause. Canelo gonna say I could come in at 160 and you fight me at 130. Let me be careful for the Canelo fans come after me because you know they you know what I'm saying they pop up like Beetlejuice every once in a while. Beetlejuice. And so, well, what are you talking about Canelo? Man, because I can. But yeah, like I said, Steve Fulton, if he probably got text by Al Heyman, he gonna get put on the shelf. And like I said before, it's embarrassing when you fly across the water and you have a showing like that where you just basically get dominated from beginning to end. and then you get knocked out. And I mean, you just get beat the hell up. And he got beat up. No need for a rematch. I don't want to see that again. No need for a rematch because it might be even worse. It might be even worse. I don't even want to see that again. Steve Fulton, like I said, I just hope, you know, I just hope the brother just relax, just chill, enjoy his money, invest his money, and I wouldn't even think about getting in the ring because that was a brutal stoppage. It's one thing to get caught winning the fight. Like if you win in the fight, you get caught with a shot and then you get stopped because you just like, okay, I made a mistake. I might make an adjustment like if there's a rematch. But when you pretty much like get dominated from beginning to end and then lose the way you did, and you just that's gonna be a loss that's gonna sit with Fulton for a long time. But then, like I said before, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. And when I say I'm not surprised that he got stopped, because he only has listen, why do you think everybody couldn't wait to get in the ring with Paulie Malignaggi so they could beat Paulie Malignaggi up? Because Paulie Malignaggi only got like 6 knockouts or something. So you already knew if you fought Paulie, he couldn't hurt you. In all likelihood, if you had a half decent chin, he couldn't hurt you. So that's why a lot of people, and I enjoyed seeing Paulie get beat up. Now, every time I watch some of Paulie's old fights, seeing him getting beat down, knowing the fact that he's a freaking racist, I enjoyed. You know, that's one dude I don't have no intentions on talking to. If I ever see him at an event, I wouldn't interview him. I wouldn't talk to him. I have nothing to say to that dude. He's a clown. He's a racist, and he's a dummy. He sat up there and told a bold-faced lie on Devin Haney, talked about, oh, I heard they re-signed with Top Rank already, when that was a damn lie. But he's sitting up there trying to tell somebody's business because he was so mad that White Jesus lost to Devin Haney. So, yeah. But yeah, but that's why people used to get in the ring with Paulie Malignaggi, because he didn't, you already knew, okay, I'll go toe to toe with that dude. Doesn't have many knockouts. Like I said, I think Paulie Malignaggi had maybe seven knockouts, 6 or 7. So you know, in all likelihood, you ain't gonna get hurt. So yeah, I think Fulton was surprised by everything. I think he was surprised by Inoue's ring IQ. I think he was surprised by his boxing ability, and I think he definitely was surprised by his power. I guess he went in there thinking it's me, and he ain't fought nobody like me. And I guess he went in there thinking that, okay, well, he ain't gonna be able to deal with nobody like me. I just can outbox him. And then when he seen by round 3 how prepared Inoue was for that fight, and he got what you call back in the day a Smurfy surprise. he, I'm talking about he got oh. I mean, you can't do nothing but to feel. Damn, Canelo rubbing his hands like Birdman. Like, nah, he can't. It would just be impossible for Canelo to try to fight any. You talking about, dude? You talking about like a 40-pound difference? It just no way, no way. Nah, Inoue is the truth. All right, you guys. Appreciate y'all being here. So tap in later. Out.